My name is Brian Ireland.
I am Grant Strong.
I'm head coach at Danbury Mission Community Football Club.
My job is a teacher and author.
So how did the original lockdown affect you and the running of the community football?
Well, the first lockdown came as a bit of a shock because we thought we were, I don't think anyone thought how serious COVID was going to be, not even the government. And therefore, we were getting mixed messages, I think, early on. But we were quite disappointed when it happened because we recognise that in the local community, it's not just about the football, it's about families, it's about needy children, and just getting these guys together, which is far more important than the game of football. So it was a bit of a shock and disappointed, but I think looking back, it was the right thing to do at the time.
Yes, we were, Angus. Yeah, we devised a plan between the coaches and through a bit of organisation and a lot of communication, we managed to produce a COVID-friendly version so we could continue after the lockdown.
Well, the guidance initially, I think, that we got through both from the FA and from the government was a little bit woolly. And it wasn't really clear what we were meant to do. But the fact that we shut down straight away following the government guidelines and that of the FA, it was quite simple for us. We just shut down and that was it. But we've taken on board the guidance and the FA guidelines since then, so that when we were able to start up again, we had all those things in place. So with the hand sanitising, the track and trace, making sure that everyone knew and followed the rules, which people were generally very pleased to get back, to be honest. So therefore they were more than happy to go with whatever rules were in place at the time. So I think the guidance was still being followed until we had to shut down again second time. Well, we shut down probably, it must have been about March time. And then we were shut during the summer months, which was really disappointing because that's when we really enjoy ourselves in the good weather. And the pitches were particularly good this year, which maybe because we weren't playing football on them, of course. However, and we started probably round about October, the beginning of October, and then shut down again at the back end of October. So we were away. We've been down now for probably 2 or 3 weeks since the government guidelines. We started again September, roughly when the schools went back and the government said that grassroots football could recommence. So we started with all the guidelines that we were informed that we had to follow. And as I said earlier, most people, well, everyone went along with those guidelines because they knew the need and wanted the football back.
Certainly the children I've been in contact with, mine and the other children involved there, have spent a lot of time indoors. Even though it's over the summer months, lockdown has meant there's been a considerable more time spent by my family and young people on screens, either learning or playing. And I think that has created a little bit of a sedentary, less of an enthusiasm just to spontaneously get involved in exercise, because without clubs and competitions and sports around there, it's easy just to sit around. So we've all got in the habit of taking it pretty easy.
Well, we couldn't quite believe the numbers of kids we got along, because which speaks for itself, I think, that numbers, when we started up again, after a couple of weeks and people got to know that we were back, we were getting higher numbers than we were before we went into lockdown, which told me that, you know, it was something that was really valued, and people saw it as a value in the community, that they could come along, get involved, run about, don't play great football, but it doesn't really matter as long as they're enjoying themselves. And I think it was the fact that we were reliant on each other at these difficult times during COVID, that I think that's one of the learnings that we've seen, that we're actually dependent on each other, and we've all got a part to play in people's well-being and just enjoyment and fellowship, I think, which has been really, really powerful.
Well, it was really good. And obviously we got the word out, and the kids came very keen, full of enthusiasm. They're a bit, I guess they're a bit hesitant about the methods in which we've been asking them to stand. Young and old, the youngsters were set in a sort of new area, so that was something they needed to get used to. But their general enthusiasm was really good, and there was a higher number than average as well. So a lot of children obviously were keen to come back and be involved. So we had really good numbers after we started again. Cheesed off. I think a lot of them were really disappointed. A lot of children struggle to understand exactly, as adults do as well, exactly the reasons and the point of it all. And having just got going and enjoying a few weeks, generally the kids were very disappointed they couldn't keep going, particularly as they thought it was such an easy thing to maintain. There weren't any real, in their mind, any dangers or concerns. So it was just largely a level of disappointment.
Oh, gutted. I think we didn't want to stop again, did we? No. You know, it's something that we've been doing for over 20 years. It's part of the community in the village. People look for it every Saturday morning, come rain or shine. And people have been coming for many, many years, and they know I think it gives a little bit of normality to village life. If football's happening on a Saturday morning, then there's light at the end of the tunnel. We can see that things will get better. Children playing, enjoying themselves. It's something natural that we love to see, whether it be in our community or any other community, and people coming together to share a belonging and a care and a togetherness that says this is important. It's important for all of us. So I think the response has been disappointing when we had to stop again. But I think because we started up again last time, people say, well, we'll start up again. It's just a matter of time. And it is only just a matter of time. And as soon as the government say we can start, we'll be the first one to be out on the football field.
So the restart will be as soon as possible after we get the go-ahead from the government. We've got, obviously, one of the good things about the second lockdown is that we can recover hopefully more quickly and more efficiently than we did the first time. So all our regulations regarding social distancing and track and trace and taking details of family and children are all ready to run. So we'd be looking to get back as soon as possible after government guidelines say so.
I'd like to think that there has been some announcements today. I've not studied those yet. However, it looks like possibly when we come out of this lockdown at the beginning of December, that grassroots football might be able to start then. And God willing, that might be the case, and we can get playing football before Christmas comes.
I think the positives are when you have a sense of commonality, and we all felt the same way. We felt that it was something we missed. We wanted to get it back going again. We felt the loss of having a community football sessions on a Saturday morning. So as I said before, it's clearly something that was good and fun and enjoyable and worthwhile. The silver lining, I guess, in all of this is that we have actually been able to slow things down a bit. So without clubs and sports, we've been able to look at other aspects. So our close friends and family, we may have been able to spend a bit more time talking with, even if it was on this type of channel. I think if it was anything positive for the 9 months, is the sense that what we do is important, and the people and the community are do enjoy each other's company and look forward to spending more time together.
Do you think there are any long-term effects or things we need to do for our local community?
I think what we've learned from this is how important the football is. We take it for granted, and it's getting kids together that wouldn't normally get together, from all sorts of backgrounds, but just playing together as a team. And I think what it teaches us is that no matter who we are or what we are, that doesn't matter. It's getting everybody together, and we've all got a part to play. And I think that's the important thing out of this, that we realise the importance of others in our well-being. So, how important it is for, no matter who it is that turns up, we can't play as well on our own as we can do together. And I think as a community, there's a lot to be learned by saying, yeah, let's do more community work. Let's care for others and look out for others and their well-being, because the mental side is such a difficult thing to understand, and it isn't discussed as openly as it should be. And I think that only through this has it become more and more important and more meaningful to people, so that we understand that those people in our community, less well off than us, not such good football players, but to them it's really important. And even great football players like me, need those people that are not quite so good. But it's all about, I enjoy myself as much as the 4-year-old that turns up on a Saturday morning. So it's as much for my well-being as it is for that child at 4 years old.